Next on Today in St. Louis, SLU Hospital nurses prepare to strike. The recent vote after 7 months of contract negotiations with the SSM Hospital.
And rain and just a few light showers are sweeping through right now. I'll tell you where they are, and where they're headed next.
Plus, buying books to welcome new neighbors, where you can support St. Louis's newest residents today.
This is Today in St. Louis, focused on you.
All right, wake up, St. Louis. We are taking a live look at the Muni in Forest Park, just behind those trees there. Right now, there's a pop-up shop at the Muni offering gift cards and souvenirs just in time for Christmas. They've got shirts, cups, ornaments, and other limited edition items available until 3 this afternoon. You're talking about a jewel for our city?
Right.
It's the Muni,
I love
okay?
the Muni. It almost brings tears to my eyes every time I see it a little bit.
It does, and it feels
beautiful.
good out there, too. Good morning to you. It's Saturday, December 9th. I'm Travis Cummings.
And I'm Mercedes McKay. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Saturday morning. And as always, Weather First meteorologist Tracy Henson is here with us today. And Tracy, you're tracking some sprinkles across our area?
I am. So we had a few last night, even a couple rumbles of thunder. If you heard them last night, maybe you should buy a lottery ticket because they certainly were not widespread. But we do have just a few very light showers right now. You could see them very light over the metro area. Some of these not even making their way to the ground, and then a little bit more consistent over in Illinois. Now our rain outlook here. So as we get through the rest of the morning, that's going to continue to track on through, staying mostly on the Illinois side of the old Mississippi River. That continues on. We have some off and on clearing and then a big push of clouds in the first half of the evening. All right, temperatures outside right now, they're not too bad. It is about 50 degrees. It feels like 50. Winds are out of the west-northwest, just under 10 miles per hour. And through the rest of our day, today in St. Louis, we will make it up to around 55 degrees. A nice sunny afternoon before more clouds move in for the night ahead.
Thanks so much, Tracy. We have breaking news for you this morning at 9. A former Overland City Council member has pled guilty to statutory sodomy with a person less than 12 years old. Within the hour, we learned the St. Louis County Prosecutor's Office informed us that 36-year-old Jared Shadley pleaded guilty and will spend 18 years in prison. Authorities charged Shadley back in February of 2020. He was an Overland City Council member from January 2016 through April 2017.
And this morning, we're following breaking news we first shared with you in our 6 o'clock hour. Around 6 this morning, first responders were on the scene of what police are calling an accident with injuries when they found a man in his car near the corner of California and Osage in South City. They thought he had suffered a heart attack, but discovered he was shot in the back. He was later pronounced dead at the hospital. We'll update you throughout the morning as we learn more here.
New at 9, we now know the cause of a heavy law enforcement presence in Creve Coeur earlier this morning. Just after midnight, a Missouri State Highway trooper attempted to arrest a suspect for a DWI on Olive Boulevard near the Good Feet and Bodywise. Highway Patrol tells us this morning the suspect resisted arrest, so the trooper called for backup, which included officers from St. Louis County. They were then able to arrest the suspect safely.
Right now, nurses at St. Louis University Hospital are setting the stage for a second strike. Our Robert Townsend looks at the ongoing hospital negotiations and evaluates how close the nurses are to walking off the job.
For the past 7 months, St. Louis University Hospital nurses have been in contract negotiations with the hospital. Friday, the union representing the nurses announced nurses voted to authorize its bargaining team to call for a second strike if management fails to resolve key issues. The RNs held a one-day strike in September and informational picket in July to protest what they call the staffing crisis at the hospital and to highlight their concerns about patient safety. The nurses union says the outsourcing of RN positions is a main sticking point. According to the union, SSM Health is outsourcing nurse jobs instead of hiring full-time union staff nurses who are invested in the community. SSM Health responded saying it's disappointed with the authorization of a second nurses strike. This only further delays both parties being able to get back to the bargaining table to reach a strong market competitive contract for our valued nurses. The nurses union says it will give a 10-day notice to the hospital if the nurses call for a strike. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And we'll continue to monitor that story closely. This morning, there's a new proposal from Missouri lawmakers that would allow homicide charges for women who have abortions. Republicans in both the House and Senate introduced bills they say are on behalf of the unborn child. The bills would offer exceptions if the woman aborts after being coerced or threatened, or if her life is in danger. Also next week, the Illinois General Assembly will review a proposal by state police outlining rules to enforce the assault weapons law. Right now, Illinoisans who own an assault weapon have until January to register it with the state. Critics of the law say the rules are too restrictive, while supporters wish the near ban was more expansive.
And today, Metro Transit is hiring mechanics, van and bus drivers, and Metrolink operators. All positions are eligible for a $5,000 signing bonus through the end of the year. That's quite the incentive. The hiring fair will be at the North County Transit Center on Purcell Road from 10 to 2.
Also today, it's the annual Winterize Kids Coat giveaway. From 10 to 11 this morning, only pre-registered families can pick up coats, but starting at 11, anyone can get a nice new warm jacket. You'll find it at Clement Auto Group on North Highway 67 in Florissant. Your child must be there to receive a coat.